individually. We're not going to get too crazy. We're going to take our time. Merlin was showing aggression to dogs. He shows aggression to people. He's sort of losing that trait, which is good. That doesn't mean that when he goes back, hey, Merlin, come here. Merlin, here. Come here, brother. That doesn't mean when he goes back that, the owner doesn't have to do anything. The owner will have to do stuff. The owner will have to work with him. So know that if you get your dog trained, training is a lifetime of your dog. And because the dog is not responding to me, for me, that just means that the owner can do the same thing if the owner clones himself in. So if you get your dog trained, remember that. Training is the lifetime of the dog. Don't be unrealistic. Any type of growling or barking with this dog should not be tolerated. Lunging on the lead. Dog needs to do a proper heel. If your dog does a proper heel for you, but you have somebody peripheral walking the dog, sometimes they're just going to screw the dog up. Got a dog walker or something like that, they're just going to screw the dog up. What else? It's been a lot better. Like I woke up this morning, not a peep out of him, where this dog had separation anxiety and also would make start barking if he heard the sink or a trash bag, whatever, the door, and just start barking. So that has really, like in the last, it's accumulative, and he's really starting to get his shit together. Because there was no barking when I came down the steps, where before either he was hearing me walk down the steps or he was hearing me open the hallway door. But it was right when I came out, then he would start barking and not stop. This morning, not a peep. Not a peep. So that is exactly what I need Merlin to do. Merlin! What are you doing here? Let's make sure this is on correctly. Okay, there we go. I did change up some things. I have a e-collar technologies collar on him that is more in line for a hunting dog. It's made a difference. It has. It's made a difference. What else? There is, we condition commands with a very low level, lower than a human can feel it. But when a dog's like this, there's punishment involved. You're barking, shut your mouth. It's tied in with me, like he's barking. I'm opening the door. No, opening the door. No, while hitting the e-collar. So he starts associating that word no. He's doing something wrong. No's conditioned in on all dogs. We start doing that right away. We separation anxiety sort of been under control, like in remission, pretty much. So now we need to continue doing that, making sure that, like I'll leave and he's not flipped out. And he goes in the crate just fine. So that's good. That's good. So he's headed in the right direction. I needed him to be able to work around other dogs without growling, trying to start a fight. So now, yesterday I had Merlin. Merlin, come over here. Come over here, brother. So everybody can. Here, get over here. Heel. Sit. I had him out with with all the male dogs. They're all intact except one. So he behaved himself. And the exercises, I walk around the yard with Merlin and Heel, and the other dogs can sort of do whatever. I might have them heel with us, or I might not. But if they come close to Merlin, that is not a reason to pop out a heel Merlin or growl or do anything like that. Your dog, the dog that has aggression issues, if it was trained properly, it wouldn't be so much of an issue. So, how do I put this? Like, if your dog knew a proper heel, it wouldn't be lunging at people that walked up to you. Okay? That's just a fact. I use the analogy like you could own a bobcat or cougar if you were responsible, but people aren't responsible. So if you have a dog that, most people send this like message that they're weak, and that's what happened here. It's like one of the owners like let the dog drag her down the street with a baby, you know. Nothing like sending a wrong message to the dog, so the dog starts being territorial. It hears barking. It's like it doesn't hear barking. It hears the door. It starts barking. Like I got to protect my resource here. And one of the resources, don't make any mistake, is the child. I was told, I asked, like, do they give them people food? They said no, but the dog does clean up the baby's food on the floor. That's giving people food. It's looking at the baby as a resource and the wife as a resource. That's screwing the damn dog up. That can't be done anymore. You can't have a dog like this and be lazy and go, oh yeah, we'll just let the dog clean up the mess. No, no. You're screwing up the status of the dog. The dog should know its place, and this dog didn't, clearly, because it's been a real pain in the ass for me to get him to quit doing his shit. So you could train a dog, like with food training, you could train a dog to jump over a barrel, but you can't train him to be a good citizen in the human world. See my point? So just because somebody can train a dog to sit or do a retrieve or whatever, and he does a pretty good sit and everything. If you're training the dog to do other shit that's bad, it's not going to be helpful. So we'll start off with Tonkin. We're doing this different, and we're doing this different in that Merlin is the one outside. So before, like when we were getting Merlin, you said I would have the other dog outside, and then I'd go get Merlin, and Merlin would be on a leash. So as soon as I bring the dog out, Merlin has to get the heel, and don't think that because the dog's excited and running past you that you get to run after the dog. Remember, excitement is the point all dogs make a mistake. They bark, lunge, bite, or just don't listen. So this guy is he's doing great. Merlin's doing good, right? He's doing good. He's doing great. We got to stay on target with him. And let me let Tonka out, because Tonka, he's been working with Tonka, and Tonka's extremely exciting, extremely challenging to dogs, and it's the most dominant dog I have, and probably the fastest dog I have, and the oldest dog I have. No, Harley's older, but we're not working with Harley. Harley's a female, so it'd probably have a tendency to, Harley's not in heat. It'd just be disinterested, or we have a client here, Baby, but that's a client. I'm not going to use her. There's no reason to. He just needs to learn that it doesn't matter if somebody's walking up to the owner or whatever. That's human stuff. Shut your mouth, dog. And that's what I was told when I picked him up. That that's what they do. Like, people walk up to him and he starts going off on them, barking. This damn dog's going in stores with me, and he's not going to bark at anybody. I'd be mortified if he did that. So I'm not taking what's up, Reggie? I'm not taking the dog in the store until I know that the dog is going to behave. And I did not work this dog off leash with other dogs until I knew he was going to behave. I did work him with Mango, but Mango's 23 years old and fixed, so there was never too much of an issue. And the dog that is next door, like, I start getting him to leave the dog alone and not fence fight or bark at that dog. But he needs to quit his shit. He needs to quit, or else he's gonna get the needle. So let me go get Tonky. Hang on. Merlin, here. Heel. Pay attention. Robert Masters told me a story about an idiot. Here. Like we're always, there's this thing in dog training, like you always know somebody's an idiot. Like they just like have no idea, they're unrealistic. Like they're gonna have a baby and they get a puppy. Oh, it's classic. I see it all. You know, I don't know what that is. Hormones raging, the need to nurture something before the baby comes. I don't know. And the other thing is people that get two puppies at the same time. One, you have to split up the litter. Merlin, sit. You have to split up the litter in the 8th week, right? So people don't know that. By the way, if you get a dog early, you're an idiot because there's developmental things that your dog must learn. It needs to learn them in the litter, with the litter and the mom and the other puppies. Why people get a dog and don't research, I don't really know. I don't know. But anyway, so Robert, he said, this is common too. We get contacted with this nonsense. People that want to get two puppies. So he told me about this yesterday, and then he texted me a little bit earlier before I came out. He said, yeah, I met with the guy. See, I won't even meet with somebody like that. I'm like, you better find a home for one of the puppies. You know, because you're not going to be able to pull this shit off. I won't even waste my time. I will be very realistic with them though and tell them the truth. But I'm not gonna even like, you gotta be kidding me. You know, you're clearly an idiot. And so he contacts me. I said, what breed were they? And he says, they were two Malinois puppies. Two Malinois. I text him back and I said, did they have a kid? He said, no. It's a guy, but he's in his 60s. His experience is with two Pomeranians. Two Pomeranians, he goes to two Malinois, and he thinks it's going to be the same shit. He's in his 60s. He's older than me. He's older than me. He's not a dog trainer, too. He's an idiot. So see, that person, I would just be very clear with them. I'd be like, you're not going to be able to do this. It's going to be hard with one Malinois, but you got two. And they're from the same litter, which is a big no-no. You don't do that. They're split up in the 8th week for a reason. Merlin, no. Let me walk Merlin. Merlin needs to stay at heel with me, and if Tonka gets close, it's not a reason for him to go fuck around with Tonka. Hey, Merlin, heel. No, heel. Get over here. Caught me off guard, dickweed. Get over here, heel. No, heel. No, Tonka. Merlin, get up here. Merlin, get up there. No, get up there, dude. Sit. Tonka, get the fuck out of here. Merlin, heel. Merlin, wave. Here, wave. Here, wave. Here. Get back here. Come on. Merlin, heel. No, heel. Come on, dude. No. Get over here. No, you guys are fucking around, man. Neither one of you are a fucking heel. Sit. No, sit. Tonka. Inside. Merlin. No. Don't you ever do that. Go the right way, man. Go. Merlin. Heel. Come on, let's go. Heel. Tonka, this ain't working because No, there you go. I didn't want you to heal, Tonka. No, heel. Get over here, dude. No, Merlin. Heel. Let's go. No, get over here. Get up here, man. Heel. Come on, Tonka. No, here. It's good, Merlin. Heel. No. Merlin, get up here, dude. Yeah, let Merlin pee. Heel. Come on. Wait! Heel. No, here. No. Get the fuck, Merlin. You're not on the right side, brother. Come on, Merlin, heel. Let's go. Sit. No, sit. Get up of him. Sit. No, sit. Tonka. Let's go. Merlin. Wait. Heel. No. No. Wait. What are you fucking doing, dude? You screwed up. Don't worry about it. Sit. No, sit. I gotta put Tonka in. Here. No, I'll answer questions if anybody has them. No, I wasn't requiring Tonka to heel, but he just started doing it. So I was like, all right, let's do that. So it's a, Merlin, you need to go? Hurry, hurry, go potty. Um, that went real good. There's no problem. Now, the one thing I'll say is when you start making two dogs heel, there's no jockeying for position. So there was one time where Merlin got screwed up, but we went back there and got him in the correct position. So we made the decision that Tonka will be on the inside and Merlin on the outside. The other day I was working with Gus and Merlin, and I had Merlin on the inside and Gus on the outside. I don't really care, dog. You're gonna do what I say. So he might learn it with one dog. Yeah, it's cool as shit. He might learn it that he's on the outside with one dog. If we were walking four dogs, they all go on one side. So he might be third. It depends. Your dog just peed on accident? What are you, dude? What are you talking about? Who is this? What do you mean my dog just peed on accident? Your dog just peed on accident? He's outside. I said, hurry, hurry. I gave him the potty command, and that means he doesn't have to stand next to me and doesn't have to be at heel. He can sniff and pee. He's outside. Peed on accident? You need to go. You need to go. You're clearly lost. I mean, seriously, that person is just lost. I'm a Merlin fan, so I'm a Marlins fan, so I like Merlin is okay. Merlin's great. Oh, I see. Yeah, Merlin's doing good. So I'll go get Billy. Now, well, you know, I'm working right now, so I'll be doing that kind of work at a point. But, you know, come on, man. We got a dog that has serious problems. We'll talk about Bigfoot later. What's the proper position? Head over your leg or shoulder even? When in heel, what is the proper position? Head even with your leg. Head even with your leg. So keep in mind that this dog is heeling on the outside. It's going to be tougher. This dog does a tight heel next to me, but now he's heeling next to Tonka. So you sort of look for the dog to do it better and better, and that's what I'm seeing. He's picking up on this. So the outside dog has a tendency to go out, so you had to sort of keep correcting them. He does a tight heel, though. But so let me go get Billy, and then maybe I'll go get Gus, and we'll work Gus and Merlin together. But I'm not having any issues with this dog anymore with dogs. No growling, no nothing like that. Getting a dog from a breeder after 8 weeks. I'm leaving the dog for 6 weeks of early training. Proper bonding? What are you talking about? And your nonsense leaving the dog with the breeder. One's a breeder, one's a trainer. Don't do that. It's not gonna train your dog, man. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You can have a 5-year-old dog that'll bond to you. What are you talking about? You know, the breeder's just taking your money. You know that, right? You realize that? And you run the risk of the dog being with other litter mates too long. Man, people are just foolish. They're foolish. Foolish. Man, the breeder, if it's possible, go back and rewatch all of the basic dog training videos. This is new information I need to watch over and over again. Well, thank you, John Doe. Let me go get, I mean, seriously, the breeder? Is it convenient for you? Is that why you did it? even if it was a hunting dog, man, hunting people that breed hunting dogs are notorious for selling these started dogs. They ain't shit. They ain't gonna do anything with your dog. You're giving them extra money. I'm just telling you. The breeder. Okay, you do whatever. He also a trainer of Dobermans. So fucking what? He's also a breeder. He's a breeder. So you bought a Doberman from somebody that trains Dobermans, whatever that means. What kind of training does he do with the Dobermans? Can you tell me? What kind of training? So he's got to keep the dog for 1 month and 2 weeks, right? Listen, puppies don't even start getting compliant, and you can't even make them compliant until about 4 months. So he's not getting much done with your dog. He's not going to get much done with your dog. What kind of trainer is he? Is he purely positive? Is he a balanced trainer? Is he a balanced trainer that uses food? Is he a balanced trainer that doesn't use food? Just because somebody says that they're a trainer, that's like saying purely positive dog trainers are trainers. That's what they call themselves. Dog whisper people call themselves trainers. That doesn't mean that they are. How do you teach a dog not to jump on people? I have a 5-month-old puppy and he jumps on people on walks and I have to stop it soon. But yeah, it should have stopped a long time ago. Why isn't your dog understand heel at 5 months? Let me ask you this. Let me ask you a couple questions. Are you ready for the questions? What's your name? Bunny Blue. All right, Bunny, are you ready for the questions? Yes or no? You ready? What breed of dog is it? Do you ever let the dog in your lap? Does it go on furniture or sleep in the bed? Answer those questions, and then I have a few more. Does it sleep in the bed? Does it sit on your lap? Right? Answer. Yes. Well, there you go. What do you expect? Do you get down on the ground and hand wrestle it too? Do you do that? Do you get on the ground and hand wrestle it? Let me tell you something, Bunny. This is a statistic, okay? 49% of all puppies are given up the first year because of nonsense. Like, he's a Rottweiler. No, he's not allowed in my lap, but yes, he's allowed in my bed, and he's a Rottie. You're not having him professionally trained? No, I don't wrestle with him. Well, that's good. But you allow him in the bed? That dog's going to be a time bomb. So you get a Rottie. That's like getting a Malinois. I know, it is. It's so sad. It's like getting a Malinois and thinking that this guy, I'll just get 2 of them. I'll treat them like they're little palms. Everything will be fine. You're confusing the status of your dog. Of course, the dog's going to be lunging and jumping on people. First they lunge, then they bite, and you got a Rottweiler. You didn't allocate money for training, did you? And then if you do train, I bet you use food, don't you? That poor dog, the statistics, I am booked in to see a trainer in February. You're a fool, okay? You're a fool. Yeah, why don't you booked into February? You're waiting over a month? Why are you even asking me questions? Because you're booked in with a trainer in February, aren't you? What kind of trainer is it? Are they purely positive? Are they balanced? Are they a balanced trainer that uses food or no food? Or are they dog whisperer? You can't even answer the question. This poor dog, you're booked in. We got you booked in. Come in February. Later. We don't want this. We don't need this here. You got issues. That poor dog. One Sean Bond knows what I'm talking about. That poor dog. We're booked in. For February? Really? Why don't you just do a Skype consultation then? Because that's not going to help you either. You got a Rottweiler, it's 5 months old. You allow it in your bed. Its status is confused. It's already jumping on people. They bark, lunge, and then bite. Wake up. There's no reason that this dog has to be put down if it gets with somebody that isn't like just nonsensical. Yes, I sleep with the Rottweiler in my bed. You shouldn't do that with a Chihuahua. It screws the status up. Then you get a Chihuahua that's a little bastard. But you are going to have a 120-pound bastard. They'll probably bite somebody. And you know whose fault it's going to be? Yours. In February? Are you kidding me? February. Poor dog. Poor dog. Let me go get Billy. So same thing. I'll let Billy do whatever. He doesn't have to be at heel. He can run around and try and distract Merlin. And Merlin has to stay at heel with me. Okay? No fighting, no nothing. I don't care what Billy does. Billy can do whatever. Within reason. Well, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a goddamn Rottweiler. They're creating a time bomb, letting the damn dog sleep in the bed. And then, we're booked in to see a dog trainer in a month and a half or something. What is your problem? And you're on a live stream asking me, a dog trainer, how do you get the dog to stop jumping on people? Ridiculous. You know how you do it? You pay me to do a board and train with the puppy. Puppy comes back in 90 days and it won't be jumping on anybody. But you allow it up in the bed, you just crapped your money away. Those are the facts. You have a Rottweiler. There's a reason why some dog care places won't even take a Rottweiler. Positive reinforcement food trainers won't even work. A lot of them won't even work with that breed. There's nothing wrong with the breed, but it has to have training. That's not a soft-mouthed dog. Dude, that's not a golden. That's not a lab. You still wouldn't do that with a lab. You wouldn't let it sleep in the bed. You're going to screw up the status. Listen up, if you're still there, okay? Can't train pugs. What are you talking about? Yes, you can train pugs. I'm gonna get rid of you too, okay? Because you're talking nonsense. You're gonna be gone real soon. You keep saying that. You can't train a pug. I can train a pug. I can train a pug to do everything that Merlin can do, Baby can do, Gus can do, Tonka can do. I can train a pug to do anything. No, let's let her stay because we don't really know. I'm not sure what she was saying when Sean Bond. So let's let her stay and see if she makes another comment. I think she's the one. I think I remember this person has pugs. So she can't train a pug, right? I forgot where I was talking about the Rottie. But it's freaking absurd. It's absurd. There's nothing wrong with that dog. Oh, well, good. Well, we'll get rid of you. Yeah, we don't need you. You're too scared. It's a video. It's a live stream. What are you afraid of? That I'll tell you the truth? You don't want to hear the truth, do you? You want a dog trainer that lies to you and tells you what you want to hear, and that's the problem that we have. That is exactly the problem that we have. Well, they're too afraid to even talk. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what you don't want to hear. No, your dog can't be in your bed. No, you can't give your dog people food. And yes, training is the lifetime of the dog. Oh, I'm afraid to ask any questions. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not Zach George. Do I look like Zach George? No, I'm not. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He wants to tell you what you want to hear. Yeah, the excited dog is the best kind of dog. It's the smartest dog. I heard him say it. I heard him say it. Excited dog is not, it's just excited. And excitement is the point all dogs make a mistake. Bark, lunge, bite, or just don't listen. You don't want the dog to be excited. I'm training a dog right here, dummy. I appreciate that, Joshua. I got to go get Billy. And so if you just jumped in, I am going to walk Billy around the yard, right? I'm not going to walk Billy around the yard. I'm going to walk Merlin around the yard. And he needs to stay at heel, but Billy can do whatever. Merlin has had aggression issues with humans and dogs. He needs to behave. And that's all I want him to do. I want him to stay with me. I don't want Billy to encourage him. You know, Billy can do whatever within reason. But Billy's my dog. He's not going to do anything crazy. But he can't growl. He needs to stay with me at heel. Okay? You'll see. Let's get Billy. Billy will run around like a maniac trying to get him in trouble. Merlin, here. Come on. You know, it's ridiculous. We got 4 to 6 million dogs dying every year in shelters. Are you worried about my demeanor? Billy, get out of here, dude. I mean, seriously. 4 to 6 million dogs are dying every year. 49% of all puppies are giving up the first year. And you're afraid to ask questions. Hey, Merlin. Merlin, come on, let's go. Heel. Heel. I'm going to walk Merlin at heel. Billy can do whatever. Get. See the way Billy's egging him on? Fine. That's what I want him to do. He's a challenging dog, Billy is. He's not doing it now, but he was. Here. sure I could take Merlin in Home Depot right now, and he would not screw with people. But we're gonna wait. Fucking Rottweiler puppy. A Rottweiler you left on the bed. My God. Come on, let's go, heel. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Those positive reinforcement trainers, I'm telling you, they are gonna tell you what you want to hear. Let me tell you something. No. Let me tell you something about the clicker. It's a mechanical device you use instead of saying good or good boy. No, Billy. Let's go, heel. You're gonna heel? No, you're not. Well, let's go, Merlin. Let's go. Thanks, Merlin, where are you? Sit. No, sit. Merlin, Billy, heel. That's not it. Go get at it. Okay. The first dog I worked with Merlin was Billy. I think I had Merlin on a leash and I was throwing a frisbee to Bill. Seriously. Merlin was growling, lunging. He ain't now. Going heel, no heel. Merlin does a pretty good heel. He does. Billy, you don't have to do shit. Come on, Merlin, get up here. Let's go. Get over the way, Bill. Come on, Merlin. Wait. No, wait. Come on, you were doing that earlier. Come on, wait. Let's go here. I'm going to put Billy up. Put Billy up and then, come on, let's go, Bill. No, you did good, dude. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go, heel. Merlin, sit. Speaking of unrealistic expectations and stupid, I want to talk about Milan real quick. Milan has this gimmick where if it's an aggressive dog, he brings it to that stupid dog psychology center, spent millions on, where he supposedly rehabilitates. He ain't doing shit, okay? He's got some dudes working over there. He's got some guys working over there, cleaning out the kennels and shit. That's it. He does not go over there and work with dogs. So he's got this gimmick. And what the gimmick is with the aggressive dog is he brings it over to the dog psychology center. And there's a lot of dogs over there that are stored, that like they were in the show. No, they were in the show. And then like they're not getting rehabilitated. It's an edited TV show. I have a friend that is associated with the show. Okay, so he has this gimmick, and it is a gimmick, and I'll explain why. So you have a aggressive dog, and he brings it into the dog psychology center, and there's like 30 dogs roaming around that all know each other, right? They all know each other. They're all just fucking hanging out, and then they bring in the stranger dog that's aggressive to other dogs, put it in the middle, and all the dogs come charging up to it. And then the camera's on the dog, and they're saying, see, this is like, we're fixing the dog by doing this. Like, the dog will never have any problems. That's what they're pretty much saying. Like, we're fixing the dog's aggression problems. No, you're not. He wasn't. He isn't. It's a gimmick. It's the same thing as if, like, say, a really big, tough guy goes to jail. Right? He's real tough on the outside. He goes into jail. He's not so tough anymore because there's always got to be somebody bigger and tougher than him. No, here. Sit. No, sit. Heard my neighbor. Moved. There's always got to be somebody bigger and tougher than you. So it's the same principle. You take the dog in that doesn't know these 30 dogs, and a bunch of dogs go running up. It could be a small dog, a big dog, a medium-sized dog. They're all surrounding the dog. The dog looks sort of terrified, like I'm going to get my ass kicked by a bunch of dogs, right? The point that I'm trying to make is it's a gimmick. It's for a TV show. If the Rottweiler that they use for that stays in that pack, it's going to go back to fighting. It goes back to what it knows. They didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. And that's the garbage that the American public has sold. But the homeowner to the homeowner that owns a dog, seen a dog whisperer walk with 6 dogs around them, not at heel. That seems amazing. Oh, how can they do that when the homeowner has trained their dog to be leash aggressive walking down the street by letting a dog in the bed or on furniture? Oh, how could that make the dog leash aggressive? How could that do it? That's not it. My dog must be crazy. No, you allowed it up on the bed, you screwed up its status. But that's not what's told to the American public. The American public is told what they want to hear by these people that are trying to make money. Remember, Cesar Millan sells wee-wee pads, and wee-wee pads are scented with a pheromone that smell like shit and piss to your dog. So you're training the dog to go inside. That's your hero, Cesar Millan. Everybody thinks is so fucking great. It's a joke. Every dog trainer that's a real dog trainer thinks he's a joke. And then people say, well, he doesn't say he's a dog trainer. Well, he's not. He's a dog whisperer, which is a joke. It's a joke. It's branding. It's branding material. It's branding. That's all it is. And he stole that from Buck, the horse whisperer, who uses a leash on horses. He uses a lead. Milan doesn't. He has to go in there and try and get bit and shit, because that's what everybody, it's exciting. Look, the dog's so aggressive, Where they could have gone in before, put a leash on the dog. Well, that wouldn't be as exciting. We got to make sure Caesar gets bit in every other show. It's absurd. You're being sold a crock of crap. But, to the person that has the dog that's leash reactive, oh, that's so amazing. Our dog aggressive. My dog fights with other dogs. Look at that. He brought that Rottweiler in, and, it's not fighting with the other dogs. Well, you just wait a day or two. That dog's going to get comfortable there. It's going to start kicking ass again. It's the same thing as the guy in prison. He's never been in prison. He's a Golden Gloves boxer. But all of a sudden, like, there's there's people surrounding him. No. They're tough, and they're going to stick him with a shiv. He's scared. He's not acting scared. He's scared. But after he gets acclimated, he's fighting again. He knows who he has to fight. It's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. People are being lied to right and left. They are. People have unrealistic expectations. The person with a Rottweiler thinks that they can have the puppy in the bed. They're influencing. At 5 months, it's jumping and lunging on people. They lunge and then they bite. And every time they lunge, the human reacts. The puppy is going to see that it's effective. And when the puppy actually bites somebody, the puppy's going to know it's really effective. Because what do you do if you get bit? You pull back. I can get people away from me. I can get the human away from me by biting it. I can get people away from me, the stranger, by growling at it and barking at it. That's what they do. Your dog needs to know heel. Like this dog. This dog's great. This dog would be fine if the owners step up to the plate, which I'm pretty sure the one will. I don't know if the wife will be able to do it. Destiny's going to work with this dog because I think the wife is about 120. Destiny's smaller than the wife. Destiny will handle this dog just fine. She already did. I saw Destiny. At first, the dog started dragging her around like it did with me. And then Destiny was walking her around the yard and keeping it at heel. She can do it. So if she can do it, the woman that weighs more than Destiny, should be able to do it. I don't weigh much more than the wife. I'm not giant. It's not about power. You finesse the dog. I don't need any power. It's about finessing the dog. You hold the leash proper. I can handle a 100, 200-pound dog if I had to. It's not a problem if you know what you're doing. But if you just let the dog walk all over you and pander to everything look, the dog wants to eat the baby's food on the ground. That's good. I don't have to clean it up, and the dog likes it, I mean, I'll be honest with you. This dog is supposedly allergic to chicken, but it could have been just a combination of the pet food, the baby food. A lot of times dogs are, I got them on the pet food still, but a lot of times you get the dogs off the pet food. And, so in other words, you get the dog off the baby food. That's not good for your dog, and it's terrible for their behavior. Makes you look like a resource, so they start resource guarding. Don't do that. Don't let your dog in the bed. Don't give your dog people food. Treat it like it's a damn dog. I'm sorry, people really, you really, like the person summed it up that said, people are afraid to ask questions. Yeah, because I'm going to tell you the truth. You got the dog without doing any research. You're doing all kinds of stuff that's wrong, and we have people out there that work with dogs that don't give a crap. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. You can go find somebody right now. Ask them if they're a positive reinforcement trainer. Go to Petco. Use one of those fools, or PetSmart. Those are positive reinforcement trainers, training with food. They're training your dog to be a dick, okay? You're never going to get a compliant dog that way. You're going to end up with behavioral issues. Imagine, your dog is barking at the mailman and you're not supposed to respond. You're supposed to wait until the dog stops barking and give it food. Not in my world. You better quit doing that, dog. And they do. And they become compliant. And that's other balanced dog trainers like me. That's what we do. We use both the positive and the negative and the alleviation of both. At least most of us do. Some balanced trainers will use food the whole time, but be telling the dog no, too. That's crap. I train every dog here with 0 food. 0! They don't need it. You can use anything the dog likes. Like you could say, good, or good boy. The retrieve itself is positive reinforcement. The door is a point of positive reinforcement. That's why you always have the dog sit right at the door. Because if they're excited going through the door, you're training your dog to be a dick. Does your dog lunge at people? Does it just go through the door first? Does it go up steps before you too? Why isn't it at heel? If you don't know how to train it, why'd you get it? If you don't know how to train it, why didn't you pay for training? Pay somebody to train it, and then they'll explain to you how to work with the dog. You got a dog. People spend thousands of dollars on a dog and not really know what they're doing. You spend thousands of dollars on a dog. Whatever you spend on the dog, you should be spending at least double on training. It's the truth. No, that's not how it works with people. People are idiots. They're idiotic. They're idiotic. The problem is that they're everywhere. Dogs. They're on every inch of this planet except Antarctica. So everybody says, yeah, I could train a dog. They see them and yeah, I could train a dog. Oh, it's a small dog. It doesn't need to be trained. Yeah, and they get separation anxiety, and then, it's terrified. It's fucking shitting in its crate. You're held hostage by the dog because every time you leave, it just like rips up your house or shits all over. Couldn't have enough common sense to use. It's a morphed human being. It's not. It's a subspecies of the wolf. It's nothing like you. I love them, man. I think dogs are the most amazing animals on the planet. But I realize that they're dogs. That's a dog. He's never going to be a kid. He's never going to, extract metal from the Earth's crust and melt it down to make a spaceship. He doesn't even know that the moon exists. He doesn't ponder thought, he responds. He's totally different from you. That you all you want it sugar-coated. You want to hear what Zach George is telling you, that the excited dog is the best kind of dog because it's smart. You want to hear that, don't you? I don't understand you. I don't understand you people. You get dogs, you don't do any research, you're just like, oh, I'm going to get a dog. I'll be able to train it. Jesus Christ. 4 to 6 million dying every year. 4 to 6 million dying every year. 49% of all puppies are given up the first year. But you're going to be able to do it, aren't you? Now, those are the statistics. That's the first year. What about the second year? How many die the second year? And how many of those puppies that are acquired are given up in the second year? How many? But you're going to be able to do it, aren't you? No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to be able to do it. The worst is the people that watch Cesar Millan and think, oh, yeah, I could do that. Oh, okay, go ahead and do it. But that's not dog training. Your dog's going to be a wreck. Okay? How many what? How many dogs? 4 to 6 million are killed every year. 49% of all dogs. 49% of all puppies are given up the first year. I'm going to go get Gus. Now, Gus is a big, exuberant Labrador. He'll try and start shit for sure. But what we're going to do is I'm going to try and see if I can get Gus to heel with him on the outside and Merlin to heel on the inside. So at times I might even, to make sure that Merlin is like getting this, I might grab the martingale and just put my finger in it, right? You can do that. You can do that with a slip chain too. You can put a slip chain on. My dad would do that. It's like a short leash, sort of. You could also take a little piece of a leash, say he's on a buckle collar, cut a strap off like this much, and have that dangling. And you could pick that up. Like say you're working the dog, like here. You need a short leash on them. You don't need a long leash. You could just cut a leash. Or you could buy something that's called a traffic lead. Or just take an old leash and cut it. By the way, your leashes, they should be leather or biothane only. So only kind of leash you should be using. You shouldn't be using nylon. You shouldn't be using mountain climbing rope. The only exception to that rule is say you got a dog that has submissive peas. So you got to keep the leash on the dog in the crate because when it comes out of the crate, it gets excited while you're putting the leash on it. So in that case, I use equestrian rope and I make a leash out of it because dogs don't seem to want to chew on equestrian rope. Some dogs won't chew on the leather leash later, but some dogs will. So, like a lab, you put a leash in there, all the labs, the Goldens, they are soft mouth. They chew. They like that kind of stuff. They'll just chew it up. Don't use bark box. Don't give your dog those cute toys. They're gonna chew it up. They're gonna swallow that stuff, and then the dog's gonna get pica. You don't want that. However you want to pronounce it, pica, pica, whatever. It means your dog eats undigestible food, things, objects. It's a real bad problem and could end up with your dog in the emergency room. Don't buy bark box, okay? Don't get your dog the toy. You know, it's not a baby. If you want to give your puppy something to chew on, you want a pacifier type thing, use an elk antler, a deer antler, something like that. The advantage to that is don't use bones, first of all. Bones are like food. They start gnawing on. Baby was given bones and she was like, had guarding issues. She's not supposed to be doing that. Like, don't give your dog bones. They'll start guarding the bone. You'll walk by the dog and it'll be growling at you. Same thing, don't leave toys. Don't give them toys. The only thing I recommend is like when they're young, you can give them baby doesn't need a bone. She's on a raw diet. She's eating raw chicken. But you, with a puppy, I use like a deer antler. That's it. That's all they need. Hey, Dingus, let's go get our boy. This is Gus, the exuberant Labrador. Well, maybe I'll try and walk with him at heel. Maybe I won't. I'll just see how it goes. My hip's sort of bothering me from standing. We'll see if I can walk it off. Giant Dingus. Come on, buddy, let's go. Here. Good boy, Murray. You're really getting it, dude. You're getting it, man. Doing good. I think I can keep it on you. off, man. Get out of here. Merlin, let's go. Heel. Merlin, sit. Gus, okay. Let him run around a little bit. Heel. No. Whoa! Heel. No. Let's do this. No, heel. Heel, dude. Gus, no. No. Sorry about that. Let me turn that down. Here. Nope. No. Heel. Heel. Come on. Get up here. No. No. Heel. Nope. These fuckers gotta work together. Here, come on, let's go. Heel. Merlin? Whoa. No, Gus, let's go. Whoa. No, whoa. Heel. Mer, come on, let's go. goddamn, you look like a bird dog, dude. Skinny old, skinny bird dog, like Tonka when he was that age. You just never sit down, do you? What are you doing, Brewster? Get over here. I put Merlin up. He did great. He's really coming along. Hey, get over here. Sit down, bud. Here. Hey. Brew, sit. He is. He's really doing great. There's no growling. Gus is the most difficult for him coming out of the door because Gus will just barrel out the door. You have him sit, but as soon as you open the door and Merlin's right there waiting. Merlin's a little taken back with giant, fast Gus coming out. Gus, big guy, but he's totally getting it. I even borrowed one of the breeder's Vila. Stay at my home. Really? The Vizsla, it's out west, and they're having trouble getting it on a plane, which sucks because the dog has separation anxiety. So the longer that the dog is out there having separation anxiety, the worse it is. So the guy's talking about driving it out in mid-February. So I'm not happy about it. It just makes it harder, man. It's like, okay, so you're gonna, instead of doing ground transportation, you're gonna say $1,200 or whatever it is. I don't know, man. It says he can't get it on the plane because American Airlines is the only one doing it. And it has to be 45 degrees. American Airlines is the only one shipping dogs in the lower 48 right now? Really? It's 45 degrees. Do you know what I'm saying? 45 degrees? You would think it would be below 28 or something. You can be the tarmac for a little bit. It's a dog. I've never had the issue. Dogs come here all the time. Granted, there's a pandemic going on still. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I mean, I was like, fuck, dude, you could have waited until what? I think it's May? You know? What is this? What is this person? Stacy, what are you fucking talking about? What are you? I saw this gibberish earlier. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Why are you posting this? What is this? Who cares what my dog's names are? Yeah, it is cheaper to fly the dog. Yeah, easier. But he says that American Airlines says it has to be 45 degrees in every place the dog stops. Come on, man, really? That's what American Airlines says. He said American Airlines is the only one shipping dogs right now. Is that the case? If you go with the dog, you could, a lot of times when dogs come from Europe, what are my, what's my opinion? That they're for training. It's a training type of collar. When dogs come from Europe, it's required that somebody escorts them. So somebody's not in the cab. They're in the cabin. They're just in the plane. So I don't know. Maybe he's contacting them. If you're just shipping the dog and you're not going, I don't know. From Europe, you have to send somebody with the dog, or from, Southeast Asia, wherever. Um, Delta has a controlled temperature under plane facilities for pets. When it, Delta has a controlled temperature under plane. Yeah, Delta is the company that is great they're the best to ship pets, Delta. But he said American is the only one doing it, which doesn't make sense to me. But that's what he says. I mean, I'm busy. I'm not looking up this shit. It's the owner's responsibility to get the damn dog to me. I'll do some stuff. I'll drive, I'll drive, an hour one way to create like less of a drive. That's 2 hours for me, doing something. I don't have to do anything. It's the owner's responsibility to get the dog. I'm gonna raise my prices too, because this is the kind of bullshit I can't stand. It's bullshit. It's like every day the dog is in the same place. It just becomes more hardwired to do it. Is that dog a rescue? God, I hate that term. I hate like people that like say, "Oh, this is a rescue." The dog was adopted, okay? The person that got them, adopted them from a rescue organization. They didn't rescue the dog. I just want to be perfectly clear. Save that term for people that actually do rescue. This dog was left here by somebody that has billions of dollars. This is no shit. Didn't want to pay his bill at the end. And I was like, well, he's been here so long, he was being boarded, I'd say, and then the guy left the country, and then he just stopped paying his bill. And then finally, push had to come to shove. I was calling his lawyer and shit. I had to do more than that. I had to contact the paper and shit. So then, it becomes a big stink. He ends up paying me most of the bill. And I wasn't about to, put him in the system. He's been here for I'd known the dog for 2 years. Right, bro? It's fucked up. Somebody with millions of dollars, a really jerk off when he dumps the dog. And the dog did a board and train. And then I go over there to do lessons. There's torn up paper all over the office and bags the dog was chewing on. And then when I'd board the dog, every time he would call me to board the dog, I'd bring Brew here. Brew would shit out plastic bags. Guy was a fucking jerk. I heard stuff that I'm not gonna say about him because you could probably figure out who it is, but I heard something about him and his girlfriend that I'm not surprised, okay? Let's just say that. What are you talking about? Craig, don't talk about what you think, okay? Because don't talk about what you think here, please. Okay? Because I'm the dog trainer here, you're not. All right? So we don't need your opinion. It's my opinion only. All right? What are my thoughts on a pinch collar? I don't know the dog, and I use them. It's a training collar, and I haven't used them in years. And if you're really having that much problems with your dog, it's a problem with training. It isn't like you can't buy a tool. It doesn't matter. You can't. You're not going to get the. Let me read what your problem is. Okay. No, there's only one guy here, okay? So it's not come on, it's come on. It's my channel, I'm the dog trainer, okay? We don't need your shit. I'm referring to a bigger puppy, 9 months old, to help with leash pulling urges. No. No, your dog isn't properly trained. This isn't going to get the dog trained. No. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be. I can't tell you how to train your dog, seriously. I can't. And being in this live stream isn't going to help you get your dog to heal. That's the issue that you have. Your dog doesn't heal. You haven't trained it to heal. I don't know. I'd go watch videos of mine on heal and stop taking it for walks. Instead, let it out, go to the bathroom, and start training it. Like today, start doing things different. It's 9 months old, and you have not trained your dog to heal. It's pulling you. Okay, so it's probably choking itself. Right? Take it home after the walk. Do you see its eyes are like bloodshot? It's hemorrhaging because it's choking itself because you haven't trained the dog properly. You can't get an e-collar. You don't use the e-collar to do this. It's about doing it in your yard. You're going for walks. Every time you go for the walk, you're training your dog to drag you because you didn't train your dog to heel. You do yard work with the dog. You don't leave your yard until you know that the dog's healing properly. But you're just walking the dog around like you're doing something good for the dog. You're not. You're probably choking the dog. The dog's not trained. I don't know what to tell you. I gotta... God damn, man. People are so stupid. It's amazing, people that think that they're funny. God. I mean, really. It's unbelievable. Bro, what are you doing, man? Did you go to the bathroom? Hurry, go on, go potty. You can't say that. You can't say that, man. She usually heals well. That's like saying my dog is usually not aggressive. Your dog is not trained properly. What is the opinion? What is the hardest dog to train? One that you would own. There is no breed of dog that's going to be hard for me to train. They're all the same in varying degrees. I've seen it all. What do you want me to tell you? Like the easiest breed of dog to train? There isn't one. You're gonna have trouble no matter what. You're gonna have trouble, man. I wish it was different, but it's not. Those are the facts, man. There's no easy dog. There's no hard dog. They're all just dogs, man. You heard Labradoodles are the easiest. Oh, okay. You just got removed. Later. I've trained Labradoodles. I've trained Labradors. I'm a dog trainer. I'm 58 years old. There's nothing easy about training a Labradoodle. So you posting that is disinformation. There's no easy dog to train, douche. You heard? What did you read about it in a magazine? You sound ridiculous. You sound ridiculous. You heard. Who told you that? Who told you that? A friend of your cousin? You heard that they're the easiest. You're posting disinformation on my channel. There's no easy dog to train. They're not easy. Not one breed is easy for the person that doesn't know what they're doing. It's not going to be easy. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I'm sorry. Don't post your crap here. Well, that's pretty true, Grease Bucket. I don't know about your parents and their Yorkie. They sound ridiculous. They do. Yes, all dogs are unique. You can't pigeonhole one breed. It doesn't matter. Stop with she's this certain breed, so it doesn't matter. Your dog isn't properly trained. Have you been seeing me with Merlin? Have you picked up anything? We get the dog in those excited points. It's still because it needs to learn to behave. You haven't done that with that dog. You haven't trained the dog properly. You're out walking the dog and you're saying, oh, the dog usually heals. But when a dog rushes a fence, it doesn't. Because your dog didn't learn heel proper. You didn't train. Stop making excuses. It's like the dog that, oh, I can't believe it bit someone. It's never done that before. Well, I was showing signs, you just aren't picking up on it. You didn't train your dog. You need to be in the yard training heel. Because every time you go to that fence, what happens? What happens? Then you start making your excuses. Well, it's a protective breed or some shit. What happens? Every time it happens, what happens? You're training the dog to do it. Am I making any sense at all? Do you understand my point? You didn't train the dog properly. Don't start saying that you did and that the dog is usually pretty good. Fucking swallow hard and know you didn't do it right, okay? If you can't afford to get somebody else to do it for you, then get your ass out there in your backyard and start training the damn dog. Don't take it on walks anymore because every time you take it on a walk, it does it, right? You better get to work. You better get to... Got him cold. I'm going in. Here you go, douche. Knock that BS off. Hey, go, kennel. You like this new crate roof? God, it's fucking cold. No, down. No. Don't give me your gruff. I think the point that I'm trying to make here about the dog rushing the fence. So every time the dog rushes the fence, you're going to have this pinch collar on it because you didn't train it properly, right? The pinch collar is going to engage. It's going to cause a pain stimuli, right? It's not going to change much, except your dog, you might be able to, get back in line quicker. That's not it. That's not what it's about. You use the pinch collar if you have to in training, but it sounds like you just haven't trained enough in the yard. Did you hear what I said about Merlin? I'm not taking him to Home Depot because he lunges at people. Starts barking at people until I feel he won't. You didn't do that with your dog because you know that when you see a dog rushing the fence, your dog acts like a dick. It's the same principle. However, I could probably take Merlin to Home Depot or be around people right now, and he's probably not going to do it. You don't really break a dog. That's the wrong term. But so much time has to pass before the dog will stop doing it. So you stay in the yard and train. And while you're training the dog to heel, time is passing, and the dog is learning that it has to heel and has to know it implicitly. After 45 days or something of working heel in the yard, you're walking up to the fence, the dog shouldn't respond. But if the dog did, I can't tell you everything how to do this, but your dog shouldn't be, I can guarantee you if I had your dog, I wouldn't be doing it. How about that? It doesn't matter, like giving this like free advice, it doesn't matter because like people can't utilize it because they don't really know how to utilize it, and there's like little nuances that, what am I gonna do? Like I'm not there, man. You're the one with the leash. I'm just saying the reason why your dog's doing it is because of lack of training and maybe improper training. It sounds like you trained your dog, but you haven't trained it enough and you haven't done enough yard work. And your dog, when that dog rushes the fence, your dog is disrespecting you by popping out a heel. It's disrespecting you, doesn't respect you. Merlin was very disrespectful to his owners, not his fault, and with me right when he got here. Merlin, when we put the leash in Destiny's hand, he was disrespectful to Destiny right off the bat. But what did Destiny do? She walked Merlin around the yard, giving the dog corrections, making sure that the dog understood it needed to heel. You just need to work the dog longer. It's 9 months old, so you're putting it into these situations where the dog responds because it doesn't have enough muscle memory doing heel, and every time you walk it, she's well behaved in stores and such. I do understand that you're saying, though, valid points. We weren't talking about stores. You're talking about the dog when it rushes up on a fence. You're talking about a dog that's disrespectful. I don't know, and I don't know the history of your dog. I don't know. Maybe your dog like sees dogs on the street and like a fool you walk up to the dog thinking that they're supposed to be buddies. So each time you do that, right, you've trained the dog that it's cool to pop out a heel and touch noses with the other dog. Has that ever happened? Or how about this? Do you always use a potty command, and do you use the potty command correctly? I don't know. I can't see you. But the potty command, if it does not have a potty command, then, and it's conditioned improperly, it's not going to know heel. Your dog is not heeling proper. It's like those little things, like I was talking about, this dog training is like asymmetrical. So sometimes you're fixing one problem that helps with another problem. So I'm saying this, that your dog, that when it sees the other dog running up to the fence or whatever, it's like conditioned in now, it will display itself in other ways. So your dog is 9 months old, okay? There's a lot of green on the table. This is right about the time when people start seeing their dogs fight at a dog run, about 8-9 months. You're talking about a puppy. You've already taken the dog into stores, but you already are having issues with your dog, with dogs who are on fence. She's not leaving them alone. So what I'm saying is, your dog is well behaved in stores. Watch out. I wouldn't be taking a dog in a store. That's the last thing I do with a dog here. And I wouldn't be doing anything like that. And don't say that we don't have that, because we have that. I have a neighbor that has dogs. They got to learn not to do that. If they're doing that, they're going to do other bullshit. God, I'm hungry. That being out there in the cold just like knocks it out of me. I was working baby at doing well earlier. I was going to take baby to Tractor Supply. Still might. I got to get khaki duck food. She might have enough until tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know. Just territorial dogs rushing up to her. She overly responds. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. dog's behind a fence, so that's the whole thing about dogs, is that you have to push them past the point of excitement. You haven't done that with this dog, because when the dog that has a lot of energy is running up to the fence, your dog responds in a negative way. So you even push the dog past the point of excitement. What's up, Grease Bucket? Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, Grease Bucket. You got a great name. Yeah, you don't want her fighting, but I mean, do you understand my point? Like, you know, have you worked the dummy launcher with the dog? You use other methods that cause excitement to push the dog past the point of excitement. So the dog that's done the dummy launcher, very exciting, does have to do crap with me because I've pushed the dog past the point of excitement. I know that Merlin gets excited when strangers walk towards him, because I've already told this. So I'm pushing the dog past the point of excitement by using the starter pistol and having them around intact males that some of them are total douchebags. Just lack of training or improper training. You can't sit here and say, well, I hear excuses, man. That's what the owner always does. So it's like, well, my dog's pretty good, but I get letters or emails about dogs where it's like, my dog is really the friendliest dog you could ever meet, but then, like, this one friend of mine comes over and she tries to bite him, stuff like that. Well, your dog isn't the friendliest dog I've ever met. Your dog has serious issues. It's always like, yeah, but, like, my dog is really good, but, you know, I'm sorry. It's like the person that says, well, I want you to train my dog, right? Because my dog isn't good at, like, the down position. But my dog's great at sit and great at everything else. Yeah, okay. See what I'm saying? Like, there's always this caveat. There's always like this, like, I'm warning you, you know, like, my dog's good, but if you're a female, the dog just doesn't like females. Or if you're a male, that's one thing that I've run across that I find absurd. It's like somebody that says, like, my dog hates male humans, so I gotta find a female trainer. I've run across that before. I get a live stream. I always get rid of them. Like, really? I would think that you'd be looking for a male. It's just like this, like, human thing. And I might even, like, put in, like, some kind of, like, story. Oh yeah, I adopted the dog, and I think that the dog was abused, and it must have been a male. No, your dog isn't trained. Dogs do not hold grudges to humans. You know Michael Vick's dogs? Most of those are just fine. I knew dogs like this in shelters. Holes in their ears and parts of their body. They were fine. They don't hold a grudge. Humans make shit up about their dogs to explain the dog's lousy behavior. You know, it's never the owner. You know, it couldn't be what the owner's doing, because the owner loves the dog. Like, and to the owner, that seems like that's what it's about, loving the dog. It couldn't be, you know, I love the dog so much, how could that be a problem? Because you love the dog the wrong way. You don't treat it like a dog. Love is not enough for the dog. It's a quote from Judy Mignates. I did not invent that. She said that, and I was talking, and she said, what you're saying is love is not enough for the dog. I was like, Yes, that's a brilliant line, and it was brilliant. That was Joodles. Joodles thought that one up. She's right. Love is not enough for the dog. You know, it's more about discipline. And... Hi, Khaki. I gotta make a smoothie and go find Young Destiny. That's why my kid. Yeah, they are lower maintenance. What the hell are you talking about loyalty? What are you talking about? The dog sleeping on the master's grave or some stupid bullshit like that? You are. No, don't you dare. Get out of here, dude. Is that what you're talking about? It's ridiculous. Never happened. No dog ever slept on its master's grave, okay? If you believe that story, you are a fool. You are a fool. Right, Khaki? By the way, if your dog has cancer and is dying, and you do the bucket list and give the dog ice cream and stuff, that's about you. That's about you using your dying dog to look better because you feel lousy about yourself. So you take videos of your dying dog and what great things you're doing for your dying dog, right? Getting it ice cream, which if the dog has cancer and is dying, why would you get it ice cream? Wouldn't you want to give it the healthiest meal possible? I haven't seen those in a while, but those are always pathetic. That's always like really somebody that really has some issues. Interacting with the dog all the time fosters loyalty. All right, you just got removed. You just got removed, Christopher. Okay? And you know what? You're the person that's asking about fostering loyalty that said, oh, okay. You just got removed. Now, Christopher got removed for this flat out, spreading disinformation about dogs. There are times when you need to not interact with the dog. You don't just interact with the dog willy-nilly. There's nothing worse for a dog than unearned affection, and that's what that guy's talking about. Oh, just interact with it all the time. One, your dog has to learn that it needs to be by itself. Okay? You don't just pander to whatever the dog, you do not interact. Who was that, Zach George? No, you don't interact with the dog all the time. It's nonsense. Fosters loyalty? What are you talking about anyway, loyalty? You should be talking about bonding to a dog, okay? Loyalty? What is that? What are you trying to imply anyway? Maybe we should get this person back if they're still there and they can tell us what they mean by loyalty. I'm going to unhide you. What do you mean by loyalty? Tell us what you mean by loyalty. The person that came back, the person that said the ridiculous statement about interacting with the dog all the time, they can't come back. There's no way. Because you don't interact with the dog all the time. They need to decompress. What I meant was just choose the wrong words. Okay. Are you talking about bonding? Because how you get the dog to bond to you is through training. That is the best way to get the dog like it functions with me. Walks around the yard, stays by me, looks up at me for direction. You do that through training. You do not do that by just interacting with the dog willy-nilly, okay? Yeah, that's how it's done, through training. Do you see the dogs when they leave here? They won't leave my side. They worship me like I'm a god. That's because I've been training them daily, hanging out with them, and I make their life easy because I'm the one that gives the directions. it makes the dog's life easy. Like Merlin, he was in this fucking position where he had to like guard shit, guard the baby, guard his resource. He doesn't have to do that anymore around me. So it's gonna be the dog's calming down. But to get the dog to understand that you don't have to do this, I had to use a lot of pressure. I was losing my voice. No! Okay? So that's how you do it. You do it through training. And a lot of this, like the training, it is, getting the dog to come to you. And here's a tip for you. If the dog doesn't come to you, don't berate it. Once the dog does come to you, congratulate it, no matter what. So you never really have the dog off leash until you know that's coming to you. You might go from a 6-foot leash to a 20-foot leash, but you make sure the dog is coming towards you, pulling it towards you, here, here, here. Okay? It's done through training. It isn't done through giving the dog treats, okay? It isn't done through giving the dog just willy-nilly and attention. That's the worst thing. It's called unearned affection. Unearned affection screws the dog up. Also, here's another example of when you should ignore your dog. Are you listening? Coming and going from the house, always ignore the dog. Do not give it a salutation, because you start doing that, you're going to give the dog separation anxiety. Mommy, I'll be right back. Shut the fuck up. You're better off saying, no, down, or something like that, and the dog being in a crate. Do not give your dog salutations coming and going. That will give your dog separation anxiety. No hello, no goodbye. The dog should be calm when you're going out the door. Okay? I hope you heard that. Telling you the truth. I know that it's hard to hear, but I don't want to die being known that I was fucking like Zach George, that I'd do anything for a buck. I'd just do anything, right? I'll tell people, even if my methods don't work, I'll just tell people they do, right? It's a creepy guy, if you ask me, but it's my opinion. I'll be damned. I don't want people talking about me. They can say Kane was a fucking asshole. They can say whatever they want when I'm gone. But they're not gonna they're not gonna go around saying that I did anything for a buck, I'll tell you that. Which maybe I should think about, making money more often, because people don't want to tell you, people don't want to pay you for telling them the truth. They want to pay you for making them feel good. Oh yeah, you can have the dog on your bed, no problem. Just invite the dog up. Oh, please. Please. It's garbage. It is, it's garbage. They don't want to, I'm serious, one Sean Bond. People do not want to, some people obviously get it. They're like, I want a dog, I don't want it to be a dick, I want my life to be easy, I want to like the dog. I want to really like the dog. I want to be able to hang around with the dog and the dog hang around with me and it not be a nightmare. And if somebody comes around, the dog's not jumping on them. The dog's not jumping on a kid. I don't have to worry about the dog biting. Some people get it. But some people are all about nurturing. Like, I'm going to give the dog treats. I'm going to get 2. I'm not going to just get 1 Malinois puppy. I'm going to get 2. My only dog experience has been with Pomeranians. And I'm in my 60s. It'll be fine. I love those dogs so much. Nonsense. It's just nonsense. I gotta eat something. What are me and Destiny gonna eat for dinner? I gotta go find her. She's upstairs, I think. I think she's working on her head. The mermaid head. It's pretty ornate, detailed. I want to start a smaller mermaid. Yeah, I'm cool. I want to start a smaller mermaid for this piece over here. Like one that's sort of like serpentine like that. I was gonna use this one. I don't want to talk about it. I gotta find something to use for the body, but that's what it's gonna be. And I think it I don't know, maybe it will have arms. I don't know. But like more like a snake, but it's gonna be similar to the head that Destiny's making. Like, I'm gonna make the head. I'm gonna throw her the body and the stuff and have her do the animatronics. She'll be able to do it. She's never done it before, but I'll give her some pointers and she'll be able to pull it off. Why do I think she can pull it off? Because I've watched her make this head, and this making the animatronic part too will be sort of like, I think maybe a relief for her, because she doesn't have to worry about like detail work. It just has to like function, and the motors are ready to go. She just has to get them so that they function in the cavity of what we're making. So I think she's gonna be able to pull it off, and like like she's pretty anal retentive with like making the face. Like it's detailed, a lot more detailed than I would do. The orange suit thing? No, that's. I'll go get him.
Fucking losers.
That's not very nice.
I was actually saying, hey, loser to you.
It's fucking Cleophas. Who do you think it is? You don't know Cleo?
Everybody knows me. I like watermelon a lot. Cantaloupe. Can you give me some cantaloupe?
No, I'm not gonna get you cantaloupe, Cleophas, because the last time you got cantaloupe, I know what you did. Well, I know what you did with the watermelon. But the cantaloupe, he likes cantaloupe to.
I want to eat me some cantaloupe, Kane.
He likes to eat cantaloupe. What else? What else do you like to do with the watermelon?
Well, I like to heat it up to about 98.6 degrees and just make sweet love to it all day.
He likes watermelon a lot. That's what they do. He said he's from. Where are you from?
South Carolina, state with the lowest education rate, the highest incest rate.
That's what he says. But he likes watermelon a lot. He likes it.
Kane, you should try some watermelon.
Well, I like to eat watermelon.
I like to eat me some cantaloupe.
He likes to eat cantaloupe a whole lot. He does. He likes it a lot.
Can I eat me some cantaloupe, Kane?
So Cleo's been around for a while. He is part of the family. I love Cleo like he's like my son.
You ain't my son, Dad. I'm not your son, dude. My dad was a fucking pine tree.
He says his dad was a pine tree. It's true too. It's made out of wood. A lot of them's wood. Some of them's it's plastic though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's made out of oil, dude.
He's slick.
Yeah, I'm fucking slick, Kane.
But he did. One time I got him a watermelon, and then why don't you tell him?
I spiked it real good. I made sweet love to it, then I cut it up and gave it to Kane, and he ate it. I said, Kane, you're eating my jizz. Now you know what you are.
Well, I don't, tried to insist that I had kind of changed after I ate the watermelon, and that's not really how it works, I think. Cleo.
Well, you might like it, Kane. Why don't you give it a try?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. And the pineapple, or watermelon that he gave me, it tasted a lot like pine tar.
Yeah, it did. It was. My jizz is like tar, pine tar. Like turpentine, right, Kane?
Yeah, it was a lot like turpentine. It was pretty close. I gotta eat something.
I gotta eat me some cantaloupe.
He's gotta eat cantaloupe. I do. I gotta find something to eat. You know what I might make? I got Limburger cheese in there, and I might make Limburger cheese on rye, which is real delicious. It's pretty good. I might do that. I bet Destiny's hungry. So anyway, that's Cleo. Cleo, you filthy man. I did wash his clothes. I washed his uniform. He's just gotten a little dirty. I'll put him up here. Go up here.
All right, Kane. See you later. Later, assholes.
Cleophas. Forgot what his middle name is. I think it's Merriweather or something like that. Thanks, we're related. Came here, said he's my cousin. It's not my cousin. He just hangs out here. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, thanks, one Sean Bond. I'll see ya. Bye. See y'all later. Train your dogs, man. It's not a baby, okay? It's not a baby, all right?